Welcome to the Midlife Edit, the podcast for women who are navigating the beautiful, messy, and sometimes sweaty journey of midlife. This isn't about a crisis, it's about an awakening. Join me, your host, Jen Weinstein, as I dive into all the things no one warned us about: hot flashes, brain fog, strength training, hormone balancing, and figuring out who the hell we are now. With a mix of expert insights, real talk, and a little humor, because if we're not laughing, we're crying, right? The Midlife Edit is your go to space for embracing this season with confidence, strength, and balance. Whether you're trying to lift heavier, sleep better, set stronger boundaries, or just remember why you walked into a room, this podcast is here to remind you midlife is not the end, it's just an edit, and you get to rewrite it your way. Hit subscribe and let's tackle midlife together, one episode at a time. This is the Midlife Edit. Let's make it a damn good chapter. Hey friends, and welcome back to the Midlife Edit. I'm your host, Jen Weinstein, and today I'm sitting here after just packing my bags, and I started thinking about something we all do, maybe without even realizing it. Why do we act like vacation us and real life us are two separate people? I mean, on vacation, we give ourselves permission, right? To rest, to play, to say yes to dessert, stay up late laughing, or to sleep in without guilt. But once we get home, boom, we flip right back into the grind mode. Laundry, meal prep, work emails, appointments, deadlines. So today I want to talk about why we split ourselves like this, what vacation teaches us about what we're craving and missing in our life, and how we can bring little pieces of vacation home, even when we're knee-deep in everyday life. So why do we separate vacation us from real life us? Let's break it down for a minute. Vacation isn't just time off. For many of us, it's the only time we set boundaries around work, maybe sometimes, hello, out of office message, allow to rest without guilt, indulge without negotiating, like, I'm going to eat this piece of pizza, but I'm going to have to work it off in the gym tomorrow. Or slow down and actually just be present, right? Put our phones away and enjoy each other's company. We become someone looser, lighter, more joyful. Why? Well, because at home we've been trained, right? We've been trained to tie our worth to productivity. We've learned that rest is earned and that fun is just for special occasions, that play is frivolous, and joy, that comes after the work's done. So we save our best selves, the ones who laugh easily, who savor, who say yes to adventure, for vacation. Here's where it gets interesting. Vacation isn't just time off. It's a mirror for what we're starving for. On vacation, do you feel relieved to be off your phone? Or inspired by new surroundings or nature? Or maybe just even connected to the people that you're with? How about energized by moving your body in fun ways like swimming and walking and, I don't know, just being around? These aren't vacations. They're human needs, and we've been ignoring them. Our body is craving them. When you feel like the best version of yourself on vacation, it's often because you finally rest, or you're playing, or you're nourishing yourself without feeling guilty. Maybe you're engaging your senses and noticing your surroundings, or letting go of perfection. Listen, this version of you, it already exists, right? You just don't let her out at home. You let her out on vacation, you let her out when you're away from everything, but what about at home? So how do we carry some of this magic? Well, first, maybe schedule a micro rest. I mean, you may not get 2 hours by the pool with a margarita and somebody waiting on you, but you can take 10 minutes on the porch with a coffee, or maybe a 20-minute walk unplugged. I think about how I take my coffee in the morning. Usually I get up and my husband's already up on his computer working. I come to our office and we have a little love seat and I sit there, and that's my 5 minutes of, hey, let's chat time and figure out the day, and I have my coffee. What if I stop doing that even once or twice a week? Maybe we should just go enjoy coffee on the porch and slow down and not think about the hustle and grind every day. Or what if you take a 20-minute walk unplugged? And I mean unplugged. I know it sounds crazy and it's hard. And hopefully, you're listening to my podcast. But what if you just leave the phone? Then you won't have to worry about texting back right away or reading that email or answering that phone call. Just take 20 minutes to yourself and think. How about playing on purpose? Because play isn't just for kids. Dance in the kitchen, try a new recipe, wear those bold, crazy earrings, or go somewhere local that you've never been. Think about tech time, guys. Vacation wasn't the time where you were doom scrolling at 11 o'clock, right? And you set some phone free times at home. For us, it's dinner or anytime we're eating. I don't like phones when you're eating. I think that part of the day should be meant for having conversations with whoever you're eating with. But what if it's, and listen, I'm so guilty of this, and I'm going to tell you, when my husband and I first got married, we've been married almost 5 years. My role was no phones in bed. We don't need our phones in bed. Like, we can have each other, we can watch TV, we can cuddle, we can go to sleep, whatever. Can I tell you, I broke my own rule, and I doom scroll at night. First off, it's terrible for you, for sleep, the blue light, everything else, but also, like, your mind just keeps going. So maybe when I get on vacation, I'll reinstate that rule for myself. What about savoring your senses? Use those good bath salts. Light that fancy candle. Eat something that you love slowly and enjoy it. It's being a form, it's like a form of presence. It's being in the moment. Here's a good one. Stop postponing your joy. You don't need a trip to give yourself permission to enjoy your life, right? I had a conversation with my sister maybe a year or two ago when we were talking about always wanting to go on trips, and I can't wait till the next trip. But what about, and she's very good at this. She's very good at stopping and just savoring moments and things, and I really envy that because she does a really good job of being off her phone and being present. But what about creating a life that you don't need a vacation? Your vacation is just an extra added bonus to your life, but I want to build a life where I don't need that break to look forward to, right? Um, you know, this vacation idea is okay, well, I can finally go break. Oh, I can finally go here. But what if you just live every day like you're on vacation? Don't wait to wear that dress for vacation. Don't wait to wear those earrings or that special makeup or whatever it is. Just wear the thing. Do the thing. Don't wait for summer or a holiday or when I lose 10 pounds. Life's happening right now. So listen, I'll share this from my own experience. Every time I come home from a vacation, I make myself a promise. I'm gonna keep this feeling, right? When I say vacation, I mean the ones where we relax. I think about Disney. We did Disney a couple years ago. My husband and I, we have one big family. Between the two of us, we have 5 children. And then my sister and her children came, and my parents came, and it was great. It was so much fun, but that wasn't a vacation. It was a trip, right? So I'm talking about the slow vacations we go on and that feeling we get. Or for me, I've talked about it before, but my husband and I would love to travel to see the day. That feeling that I get when I am in that concert, in the moment, with all of the people that surround me, the like-minded people, and everybody's happy and dancing and free, that's the feeling that I want to bring home. But here's the truth. I don't keep that feeling. Maybe for a little bit, but then I think about the laundry that I have to do and the meal prep, and oh my gosh, I ate so badly and I just need to get back on track, and yada, yada, yada. Your life is full of responsibilities. You can't always replicate the beach or the mountains or the hotel spa. But what can we do? We can hold on to how we felt, right? Less rushed, more open, more playful, more present. So maybe if you're listening to this, it's if you're listening to this when I release it, it's Tuesday, July 29th. I will be on the train on my way home from vacation. So maybe I'll listen to myself and remind myself, how can I bring a little bit of that into my Tuesday afternoon? Because listen, the biggest difference between vacation you and everyday you isn't the location. It's the permission you're giving yourself, right? So here's your gentle challenge for this week. Find one small way to live like you're on vacation. Say yes to something fun. Say no to something draining and let yourself rest or play or explore just because. Listen, July has been crazy. It always is. Summer, the time of we're supposed to relax and everything else is always full of hustle and bustle, right? Um, and I love social media. I love my platform. I love that I get to share all of this with you. I have met so many amazing women. Most of them were guests. Most of my guests came from social media that I've met all across the country. And in August, we're going to have some from all across the world. I have a really great August plan for you. I have an interview set up with somebody who has really taken a hold of her health and become, just really focused on her health journey and feeling better about herself. And I'm really excited for her to be on. I have a comedian who is great, and I'm so excited to talk to her. And I have an athlete who is a grandma that I'm going to have on the podcast in August. So, super, super excited for August. So grateful you're part of this community. Again, if you were in the Midlife Games Club, you'll notice that I switched the Facebook group to the Midlife Insiders. Make sure you join. We just talk about whatever. It's a place where we can all get together and talk about everything that we're going through in this journey. And you can be yourself and you can find support. I want to say this again. If you're struggling right now and you feel like you're alone, you're not. You're not going through this alone. You don't have to go through it alone. If you don't have anybody in your circle, join the Midlife Insiders or just shoot me a DM. I'm here for you. You don't have to go through these things alone. Thank you for being here with me. Listen, again, if this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend. Maybe somebody who needs a reminder to stop waiting for someday and enjoy life right now. And if you want to follow along on my vacation, if you have been following along on my vacation, thank you. I don't know. I'm going to try to be in the moment and not post, but I'm a social media poster. I can't help it. But you'll see at least some from before and after we get home from vacation. But I am going to try to plan to log off a little bit more because I want to be present for my life too. So listen, go live just a little bit like you're already on vacation. This is the Midlife Edit. Let's make it a damn good chapter.